Michael here, and on behalf of everybody here at the Intelagy team, I just wanted to welcome you aboard and tell you how super excited we are to have you come on board and working here with us. With that said, what I wanted to kind of do is sit down and go through some of the different products and services that we offer here at Intelagy and help you get a better grasp at how some of our various technologies work on behalf of both the clients that you're going to be dealing with and also the technologies that you yourself will be working with to better manage and track your progress and so forth. So with that being said, a quick little introduction. So Intelagy's concept as an overall whole is to bring business back to business. So with that being said, the average, pizza guy, bagel shop owner, retail store manager, outside of their general kind of job duty descriptions, and so outside of the guy making his pizza, outside of the guy baking the bagels and selling the bagels and serving the customers and so forth, there's a ton of different things that they also have to do that unfortunately takes a lot of time away from those core specific functions that they're good at, making their pizza, their bagels, and so forth. This is with them having to deal with their merchant account, with them having to change a special, a coupon, or even a logo on their website, replicate those changes across their various social networks, subsequently stay up to date with all of their social networks, make sure that their SEO for their company's website is adequate, or if anything has to be changed with new changes in Google Penguin or so forth. They need to print new business cards, new flyers, new brochures, and with that being said, unfortunately, a lot of this takes a lot of time away from them, and there's a lot of different companies and contacts involved for them to make all of these changes. The Intelagy concept is to take all of those different products and services and blend them into one place, one organization, one contact number that needs to be called in order to handle anything. So let's say that a bagel shop has designed a brand new logo. They've been around for a very long time. I have one here that's next to my house that has been around in the same location for 37 years now. So let's take that one as an example and say that they went ahead and they redesigned their logo after 37 years. So now they need to print new menus that they give out, because you can order from home and they do delivery. So they need to print new menus. They need to get new shirts done, new caps for their in-store employees. They need to potentially do new business cards for the managers and so forth. They need to update their website with the new logo. They need to update their Facebook page, their Twitter page, their Foursquare page, their Google Plus page to update with the new logo. So now they need to call their web guy, who unfortunately happens to be on vacation for this week. So then they have to go call their graphics guy, make sure to get the proper format for this logo in. Then they have to call their printer guy and send him out this logo out so that he can make the new menus and the new flyers for them. Unfortunately, he doesn't do shirts, caps. So they need to call their other printer that does shirts and caps, send them this logo, schedule with them, and get that sorted. Then they have to wait a week and call their web guy when he's back from vacation to make the change on their website and ask if he could do the change on their Facebook and their Twitter pages and their Foursquare pages, and he says sure, it's just going to cost you X amount more, and they're going to have to pay that and make those changes. And now a couple of weeks have went by, a ton of different phone calls have occurred and have had to happen, and unfortunately that is just, well, ridiculous. And fact of the matter is that small business owners just should not have to deal with that, but there currently exists nothing that allows them to do this in any other way. Luckily, this is where we come in with Intelagy. So all of our products and our services are essentially broken down into packages. 3 core packages: Starter, Advanced, and Premier, currently going for $700, $1,500, and $2,000 a month. There's a wide array of different into each one of these different packages, so I'm going to do my best to go through each and every one of the different things that are associated with each package. I'll start off with a business analysis. The business analysis, essentially a phenomenal tool for you. In my personal opinion, closes this in just the whole entire sale within that one and single presentation. The business analysis is intended to show a business owner what they're currently spending money on, how much money it is that they're spending, make them essentially aware of profits and their expenses, and subsequently show the profit could have been and how much less those expenses may be on an Intelagy package. It's separate, and I'll have a link and quickly buzz over to that. The Intelagy is essentially what I like to call the client portals, one-stop kind of portal to see everything with their business. They get a full points of their merchant processing sales for their credit cards, their Bitcoin transaction, access to a system, embeddable e-commerce shopping cart that can be placed within their website, fully tied into the Intelagy dashboard, full statistical overview of their Facebook accounts, their Twitter accounts, their Foursquare accounts, their LinkedIn accounts, their Google Plus accounts, traffic information for their website, along with Alexa rankings and Yelp rankings tied in. Single dashboard to showcase all of that to the business owner. They, of course, get live support. We do function with a 1-800 number. There is a 24/7 support team at the help desk, which is tied into the Intelagy dashboard should they need assistance with any product or service or any questions that they have. And, of course, they have you, their rep, that they can always contact with any possible questions that they need. The referral network is kind of integrated with every one of our packages, and this allows small business owners to essentially take advantage of Intelagy's products and services, refer their friends and refer their business partners and refer who they believe would also benefit from these from all of our different services. And depending on what that person signs up for, what package they go on to, they are eligible for discounts on their own monthly bills thanks to that. An insurance analysis is something that is only offered in the Premier 2000 and up package. It's an add-on for the other packages at a $50 cost, and this gives them an entire insurance analysis for their business insurance, their health insurance for their employees and their staff, along with recommendations for possible providers that could potentially decrease their expenses for that. Branding essentially consists of picking out the perfect colors, the perfect fonts, the perfect logo, and the perfect set of graphics that are going to be utilized across a wide array of different kind of items, such as their website, their Facebook pages and social media profiles, their print graphics, their advertisements, whether they're online or offline. The goal and the concept essentially is to create a brand out of a business. Brands obviously stick in people's minds, so we all know Levi jeans, right? We all know Samsung. We all know Apple. If we all see an apple with a bitten off thing in the part in the middle, without actually having it say Apple, we're going to know that that's an Apple logo. We're going to associate it with that. I promise you, if you see a red Target somewhere and it doesn't say Target, you'll probably think Target. That essentially is branding, and that's what we stream to create for every one of the clients that we work with. Depending on the package that you're in, you get some cost for your logo design. Now, the logo is something that's designed, hand in hand with the business owner. They sign off on exactly what it should look like, and they sign off throughout the whole process of the logo being designed. So they do have the ability to perform revisions, and at the same time we minimize the amount of revisions that ever need to be required by making sure that we touch base with the owner as the whole graphic design process goes through. Typography, color selection consists of specifically picking out the fonts that will be utilized across all the different marketing materials, whether it's their website, social media profiles, and print graphics. Color selection is going to be the essentially 2 to 4 main colors that will be utilized throughout all the different marketing materials for the client. Typography and color selection, as you can see, is included in the 2 higher up packages. In the starter package, it is an additional cost to have that. Now, we do host all of our clients' websites. We maintain several servers through Rackspace. They are all PCI compliant and secure servers, all running SSL certificates should they be required, so fully supportive for e-commerce websites. The limits to the space and the bandwidth in email addresses and so forth is essentially set there Mostly because a large amount of these companies and these websites simply will not ever need more than that. So now I fully grasp that you can go to GoDaddy and purchase something called unlimited hosting. With that being said, you cannot walk into a single computer store or go anywhere online and buy a hard drive with unlimited space. So unlimited hosting, if you're not already familiar with this, is a phenomenal marketing gimmick where no specific limit is placed as far as the actual space goes on your hosting account. However, you get limited onto the amount of resources that you are allowed to utilize as a percentage in comparison to all the other accounts on the server. Oftentimes, you are also limited to the amount of inodes that you can have on your account. Now, what an inode is the count of a single file. So, let's say that you created, actually we'll make it even simpler. Let's say that you went and you installed WordPress, and then you downloaded a theme and you installed this theme. Collectively, your whole entire installation can be spending less than 100 megabytes, which is nothing as far as disk space goes. However, WordPress on its own has many different folders and many different files, and the theme itself happens to be a fairly complex theme. It has lots of different functions and features to it, so it also has a ton of different folders and a ton of different files associated with that. So now, you're only spending 100 megabytes worth of space, but you've reached your inode limit and your hosting account is suspended. And this is essentially the issue and the marketing gimmick behind unlimited hosting. So with that in mind, the limits that you see set here are not set in stone and can easily be asked for various upgrades. So as you can see, there's add-on pricing here per gigabyte, per 25 gigabytes of bandwidth, per email address, so forth and so on, and custom packages can always be built to accommodate any specific user or account should they really need it. If they do not know what it is that they're currently using, or, with their account, or what it is that they really need, we're more than happy to facilitate them with that and help them out with that. Apart from myself, there's plenty of techs here that will be more than happy to kind of figure out exactly what their requirements are and the best kind of setup for them to be hosted on. So disk space is physically the amount of files that they can store. Monthly bandwidth is how much traffic their website can serve. So if their entire website is 1 megabyte for a single page and 100 people visit that page, their bandwidth has been used at 100 megabytes for that time period. So you have an idea, there's 1,024 megabytes in a single gigabyte. Email addresses is the amount of email addresses that they can have through the hosting account at their domain. So at bobsbagels.com, for example. Subdomains would be flagels.bobsbagels.com, for example. Free domain names we include, they get X amount of them depending on the package that they're in. Normal price for a domain with us is $10.99 a year. Starter package gets 1 free domain name, intermediate package gets 2, and top tier package gets 5. They obviously don't have to use all of them at once, but they are there for them to utilize. SSL certificates is essentially what now Google is pushing very heavily. If you've ever went to a site and you type in, because you're used to it, HTTP, google.com, and then you see it changes to HTTPS, that S stands for secure connection. Now what happens is every single thing that you communicate from you to Google, in that example, is encrypted and secure, so nobody else can possibly intercept that connection, and if they do, they can, read it. This is what an SSL certificate does in its very basic form. If you're doing e-commerce, in order to be PCI compliant, you have to transmit and store data through an SSL secure connection. If you do not, it's not mandatory if you're not doing e-commerce. However, Google has very recently publicly said that they are giving a ranking boost to HTTPS and SSL secure websites. So with that being said, it might not be the largest boost for your website's ranking and traffic in the world, but it is there and it does exist. So with that being said, it's something that's definitely worth considering. Standard SSL certificates versus premium SSL certificates differ primarily in the amount of warranty that's kind of given to you by the company, in addition to whether or not you get a green bar on the very, very top, or you just get a green lock. There are higher levels of encryption with premium SSL certificates, and so forth. We're more than happy, again, to walk a merchant through kind of explaining which one they would need for their specific needs and their specific business type. Now, each merchant obviously needs a website. If they already have an existing website, then we do not have to build one for them. Then they simply kind of end up making use of the website maintenance that we offer for them, which I'll explain in a couple of seconds here. If they do not have a website, we will build them a website. Again, depending on the package that they're in, it can be either only $30 for a phenomenal website, or it can be $400. Now, one way or another, $400 or $30, I'll be sites that we build, I would charge at least $2,000 for kind of the simplest of the sites that we would build. So with that being said, they're getting a phenomenal deal. These are not Wix websites. These are not built in any website builder. These are real, true, custom build websites that these merchants get, tied down specific to their needs, whether they have a reservation platform on their website because they are a salon, need to handle online ordering for their restaurant, or maybe a site, maybe they need a full-blown e-com, a very in-depth e-commerce with products and lots of different, every single one of those things. And obviously it's not the extra e-commerce website that much of that functionality could not also be handled within a of some of these sites, for example, in the financial district, actually, here in New York. So that being said, as you can see, I mean, we're not kind of at a website. This isn't anything like that. I mean, this is a fully site tied down to exactly how they wanted it. Providing kind of full functionality, so forth. So I just wanted to give you a quick kind of example of the types of sites that can be put out. That being said, let me. So Africa IQ is another great example. Custom built site, fairly, simple, very graphical. WordPress based, so very simple to manage for them as well. So that covers the starter site. Website maintenance goes for either their starter site with Intelagy or their existing website that we move over to the Intelagy platform. So this ties in, update of content. Let's put in a new logo. Let's put in some flags for July 4th, some snowfall for the Christmas holidays, whatever the case is. We're also very realistic with these, with the time it takes to do things. If it took us 15 minutes, you still have 45 minutes left that month. That's if you're with your package. We're not just something that costs 15 minutes. Custom web and mobile applications, should there be a need for you, that's depending on the package that you're in. With Intelagy, you get a discount on the total cost of that, 5%, 7.5%, for example. Promotional landing pages, You get either one or two a month from the higher up packages, or you can pay $100 per landing page for those. So landing pages, for example, like this, it's separate from the website. It could have a similar design, it could have a completely different design. They are geared to provide information depending on a specific search result, and to essentially convert that visitor into a sale or a lead, either through a sign-up form or a phone number, or something like that. So these are just examples of landing pages. So they're very quick. They kind of have, constantly have that call to action. So for example, FreshBooks landing pages, we have the call to action several places. Try it for free or take the tour is essentially our call for action. So we have those buttons up top. As soon as we see the page, we go down a little bit, we see what it is exactly that we can offer, and then again we're asked to take the tour. We'll try FreshBooks for free. Stripe Zone landing page, quick bit of who we are, no other real links anywhere else. Contact us today, right at that at the bottom. Big, huge, save time, money, and fill out contact form immediately, so they're just trying to build a lead off of that. So you get one landing page. For example, in the intermediate package, you get 2 landing pages in the top tier package every single month. Custom graphic design. This is going to tie into various graphics for your website, graphics for the promotional landing pages, and so forth. So you get 1 hour or 3 hours of those a month. Now keep in mind, when you change your logo, you're going to reuse that logo until you decide to change the logo again. So as you're in the Intelagy package more and more, you kind of develop essentially a library of custom graphics and so forth, so you don't always have to make use of the custom graphic design, hours that are in there and that are allotted to you. Sometimes there might be a month where you just don't have to, make use of any of these custom graphic hours, because you already have plenty of graphics in the library that we can make use of. So search engine optimization, we obviously do for all of our clients as well. Any website that we built comes with on-site optimization done immediately. They're built in a very search engine friendly format, whether they're built customly or they're put on a platform like WordPress. So with that being said, your initial setup for that takes care of your on-site optimization, kind of getting you an overall kind of idea of where you stand, and getting the kind of plan set up to where it is that you need to be. Not included in the starter package, it is included in the other 2 packages. Campaigns, what's included for all of our clients. This target local area in order to boost their ranking for their, again, specific target market in their specific area. So bagels 11235, pizza 10005, for example. That's what the local campaign is targeted. Organic campaign would be primarily for international businesses, e-commerce based websites where they're not really looking to target, for example, just Brooklyn or just New York, but they're looking to target any single person looking for automotive parts, for example. That's where the organic campaign would tie in. It does not have a set price. It ranges somewhere between $799 up to $22.99 per month. This all depends on the keywords, how exactly complicated those keywords are currently to rank for, as well as what budgets they have to spend on kind of various tools and so forth associated with this. And again, something that we're more than happy to kind of talk and go over with the merchant, and definitely something that we will go over more in depth in future videos. Google AdWords credit is something that we kind of take out of our own pocket for the merchant, in order to to allow them to kind of make use of that in Google AdWords. If you're not familiar with what Google AdWords is, let's run a search for Infinity G37 rates. Okay. See these top 3 search results right here, along with this bar of search results down here. are all something called ads. These over here specifically and these down there are called Google AdWords. These sponsored product ads on the side are called Google Product AdWords. So we typed in this keyword Infinity G37 brakes, which caused the following ads to appear. If I were to click on one of these ads, it would cost Firestone, Amazon, Auto Parts Warehouse something for that. They're basically saying that they're willing to pay, up to 35 cents a click on the Google AdWords platform. They're putting some money into their account to facilitate for this, and then they try to convert each one of those clicks into actual sales. So that's the Google AdWords platform. We give the merchant, depending on their tier that they're in, we give the merchant a certain credit to use towards that. Google Analytics setup and monitoring. We set up Google Analytics for all of the profiles that we manage for the merchant. Fully integrate into that and monitor those for any reporting needs and stats and so forth. Along with that, we also set up all websites and all of our clients with Google and Bing Webmaster Tools. Those are fully set up and monitored for any notifications, errors, sitemap issues, and so forth. Now, social media marketing, we obviously incorporate for all of our clients and our accounts as well. There's a one-time setup fee associated with that for most platforms except for the very last top tier 2000 and up package. And that consists of us getting the profiles set up for Facebook, for Twitter, for Google+, for Foursquare, for Pinterest if it's appropriate, making sure that they're fully set up, they're fully functional, the proper graphics are in place across all platforms, and everything is tied in nicely and interlinked together. From that point on, we develop as part of our marketing campaign that is again developed hand in hand with the business owner and the merchant, a series of updates and so forth that we will go through on a monthly basis. Depending on the plan they're in, they get 4, 6, or 10 of those a month. Now, obviously, if questions get posted to the updates that we post, we will be there to facilitate and to answer those questions and to maintain communication with the business owner's clients on their social network profiles. Over the course of their Intelagy plans, they will collect X amount of followers. They will subsequently also gain X amount of likes. And we just kind of give them the rough numbers that they can estimate to get. With that, they can obviously get more than that, so we're not limiting it to that in no way whatsoever. Celebrity tweets, we have multiple different celebrities on board, depending on, again, the plan that the merchant is in, and depending on what product or what service they're selling or they're pushing for. We have various celebrities that can send out, various tweets, such as maybe the Jersey Housewives, could send out a tweet about their favorite bakery shop they just discovered. So we have celebrities on board to facilitate to sending those out as well. So toll-free number, again, not so much because the pizzeria needs a toll-free number, but they're primarily for us to be able to track the various campaigns that we run and to be able to show a merchant, look, you got this many phone calls thanks to this Google ad that was ran, for example, or thanks to this Facebook ad that was ran. Now, the 800 number essentially just forwards over to their other number should they plan to use a full voice over IP system and make kind of a more use of the 800 number. They do get billed per minute for that. So we take over the merchant service account for the customer, for the client as well. The way that we handle merchant services, we're not trying to sell it. This isn't kind of a big push for us. We're also absolutely not trying to make money off of this. As such, we pass on to the merchant the interchange rate, and depending on what package they're in, they get 50 basis points, 40 basis points, or 35 basis points on top of that, with either 22 cents, 18 cents, or 16 cents a transaction. Standard rates for us is 55 basis points and 25 cents a transaction. If they go and do mail order, telephone order, they do get an additional 20 basis points and 20 cents, or subsequently 15 or 10, added to their retail rate. They subsequently also get an if they do need to purchase new equipment, the total cost of that device. Again, 3% depending on the package that they are in. Except mobile processing, there is a $39.99 fee for all the accounts, and free paper and ribbons is included with the top 2-tier packages. Business financing is kind of something that is always open to our merchants and to our clients. They get a rebate on any financing that we do acquire for them. We have no hidden fees, no acquisition fees, no finder fees. So we essentially give them a rebate back from what they're from the commissions that are generated from some sort of financing deal. So we're kind of digging more into our own pocket and giving that back to the merchant. Full local marketing is set up for the merchant, so apart from their local marketing campaign from Google and for the SEO work that we do, we also do separate local marketing through a sister part of ours called JJ List. So we're very close with the team over at JJ List, and I'll showcase JJ List in a separate video for you. But we feature featured listings in the JJ List Yelp style directory of all of our businesses. So they get featured listings above kind of the regular businesses that are listed in there. We feature blog posts for the merchant on JJ List that are then disseminated across all of the merchants' various social networks. They can make use of daily deals on there, which are significantly cheaper than Groupon, which takes 50% of the 50% off that you're already doing on an item. We're simply charging a standard kind of merchant transactional fee for the e-commerce side of that, and that's it. The business is featured in sometimes 1, 3, or 10 different categories on JJ List, depending on, again, the package that they are in. They get notifications of any negative reviews that get kind of posted onto their profile, as well as any positive reviews that get posted on their profile. And our top tier merchants get the ability to verify these negative reviews before they get posted, possibly ask a negative review poster for the receipt from their purchase, just to make sure that this is a real scenario, not just, your next door business owner that's pissed off you're getting a little more business than he is. We also allow the merchant to write their own blog posts and submit those to us. We will post them on the JJ List website, and again disseminate them across all various social network profiles for the merchant and for JJ List as well. Lastly, we come down to printing, so we can handle the printing needs for all of our clients as well. We handle the custom designed graphics for various print jobs, such as maybe brochures, menus, flyers, and so forth. It's normally $199.99 per page. One page is included in the intermediate package, and the 2,000 and up package includes 3 pages on a monthly basis. They also get an allowance that they can make use of every month, $50, $75, or $150. And that's there for them every single month to print some more flyers, some more brochures, maybe some more specials, so forth and so on. And we will actively be calling these merchants back and saying, hey, listen, Bob, we ran a print last time for you for $50, and you have $150 on your account. We only spent $50 on it. We did a quick print and generated 5 extra customers for you. Your average ticket size is $50. That's an extra $250 for you. So listen, this month let's print $150 worth of things. So we're going to actively kind of stay on top of this and make sure that they do make use of the things that are allotted there for them. So this should give you a good kind of overview of the various different Intelagy products and services that are there. From this point on, what I encourage you all to do is to visit Intelagy.com, dig through the same exact products and services chart that I just went through, and also visit the various different pages associated with our different products, and those will give you significantly kind of more in-depth information as to how the different products and services function, what exactly is tied into credit card processing, for example, what exactly is business financing, and what different opportunities are there in the business financing world, how exactly does our web design and development concepts work, what exactly could be done for the printing services of things, so forth and so on. This should give you a great standpoint of that. The next few set of videos will definitely dig in deeper to all the different products and services, as well as the various technologies and tools that we have available for you to use.